If you're looking for a great family fifth wheel that has plenty of storage and a lot going on for it, this one right here is an excellent choice, in my opinion. This is the Eddie Bauer Signature 3000BH. As you can see, it has a nice big slide here, opening up this main living space. We have a bunk room in the back. There's even washer dryer prep up front. We'll get to all that in a little bit. If at any time I'm going through this and you're wondering, Ian, how much is it? Where can I get one? There will be a link in the description with price and availability. Just go ahead and click on that. All right, let's get into the kitchen. Kind of, the nuts and bolts here of this main living space. One of the things you'll notice right away is all of the drawers you have. You have drawer space galore in here, which I love. The bottom ones here are nice and deep as well. This little bit of extra countertop space is great if you have like any snacks you're putting out for guests or family. You'll also see that you have some electrical outlets. So again, if you have a coffee maker, toaster, whatever it is, you're good to go. And you have some good prep space right here, which I absolutely love. In addition, of course, to the 3-burner recessed cooktop with the glass cover. Coming over a little ways here is going to be the apron front stainless steel sink. Because we have a pressed countertop, it allows them to undermount the stainless steel bowl. Then you have this two-tone industrial faucet. Really like the looks of this. I think that is an excellent choice and it blends in seamlessly with the pulls. You'll also notice that this backsplash is an actual tile backsplash. That's something we don't see very often. A lot of times your high-end manufacturers, for fifth wheels at least, are still using like some kind of applique. I love that they actually went with tile. Dropping down below, we'll take a look at some of the storage here. Just want to show you underneath the sink, right? It's not quite as big as I would have liked. I would have hoped to have had a little more space down there, but I understand they put some components in there. But one of the things I really do love is the fact that you have a pull-out trash can. I love when there's a good dedicated spot for the trash can, and this has it. I don't want to have to hang it on one of my poles. Underneath here, this is not just an oven, folks. This is an air fryer as well. And I promise you, you'll probably end up using the air fryer more than you use the oven option. Then as we kind of take a look up a little bit further, you can see some windows to let in some natural light. Nice big TV up top. That is going to be across from the dinette. I'll show you that in just a minute here. You also have some uppers. You kind of have the green lowers and the wood uppers. I do think that two-tone really does look nice in here. You still have like that champagne bronze pulls. Then the microwave here over to the side. Now, as I was mentioning, right across from that TV, we kind of get into the super slide with the dinette. The dinette does drop down into a sleeping space, although, not a huge one. More importantly, though, it gives you a spot to be able to sit and have a meal, and it also has storage underneath, so you can pull the drawers out. Good storage on both sides. The other spot to sit in here is actually going to be right over here. You have this love seat. I think this is an excellent addition here. So you have somewhere a little more comfortable to sit than just the dinette. You also have storage up top, up above here. So, whether you want to put decorations in there or, store some stuff off into the sides here, gives you the ability to do that. And even more importantly, in my opinion, is the fact this is a tri-fold sofa. So if you have an additional guest, they need a place to sleep because the bunk room is full, you can pull that out and have that space. Also, right over here is the fridge. Take a look at this. As soon as I take the travel lock off, there we go. Open that up. You can see that this is plenty of cold storage here. You have some crispers down below, plus you have the 2 freezer compartments down here as well. So great cold storage in this one. Now, as I mentioned, this is a family camper with a bunk room, and that is what is right back here. So we take a look at the bunks. The bottom one is going to be the biggest. That is a 48 by 72 inch there. So yes, you can sleep a lot of adults, which is wonderful. Couple of smaller bunks up top here. You'll see that you have a built-in ladder. One of the things that I like about this ladder is the fact that you have the shelving behind it, so it's cut out, so you can actually put your feet here. I've seen it far too often where you're just not able to get your feet in there, and it's a little tough. This one definitely makes it a little bit easier. You also see that you have a cutout here. Great drawer space. I mean, you have 4 drawers on this side plus 2 drawers over here, so you have more than enough space to be able to put all of the clothes. You have electrical outlets both on the bottom as well as the top, dedicated light, spot for a TV in here, which is great. And of course, you have the line lighting just like you have in the rest of the camper. Fantastic light system. It does make it nice and bright. You will also notice that you have an AC in here to help keep things nice and cool. That, of course, will be ducted throughout the RV. While we're looking up at the ceiling, a couple of things I do want to point out is the JBL sound system. The unit for that is right over here. I can show you in a second. You also have The wine guard system there, that is prepped for 4G LTE. So if you want Wi-Fi while you're on the road, that is an option. That JBL sound system, the unit for it is going to be right there. So that basically gives you all of your control. Again, that will have a few different zones, both inside and out. Speaking of controls, you will have a thermostat here, tankless water heater on this one. The control for that will be here, which is always good to know. Sometimes they put it in a bathroom. And then the rest of your controls will be here with your awning slide out, your line lights there, water pump, and then your tank monitoring panel. You do have a built-in handrail, which I always appreciate, especially if, whether it's the guests, the kids need to come up and use the bathroom here. And speaking of the bathroom, you will see that you have good countertop space, electric outlet, storage down underneath, plus an actual mirrored medicine cabinet. It's not just a mirror on the wall. You do get that additional storage space. Right down here is going to be the toilet. It is a porcelain bowl, so it's nice and easy to clean. My right arm is rubbing a little, but it's honestly not bad, especially when the door is shut. It gives you a little extra room. And then I have plenty of leg room here. Up behind me are going to be robe hooks. And if I step into the shower space, you can see here, 6 foot tall. I can stand up in here. I can probably be 6'3", still be able to stand up, no problem. I can actually turn sideways. That's something, again, that I always look for because I can't do that in all RVs. And I like that the shower head is kind of mounted nice and tall here. So even at 6 foot, again, I'm not having to duck down to be able to use the shower head. I think that is perfect placement. Toilet paper holder is already installed. Of course, you have a vent fan. You also have an AC duct and a heat duct here in the bathroom. So no matter what the temperature is outside, you can be comfortable in there. Speaking of comfortable, stepping into the master bedroom, you see the queen bed here in the center. You have wardrobes on both sides. Also, you have a headboard with some reading lights up there. Second AC is going to be here in the bedroom. Again, that will be ducted through just to make sure everything stays nice and cool. Now, if we take a look at the foot of the bed, you will see a spot to mount the TV. But more importantly, at least to me, is this right here. And that is the fact that you have another huge wardrobe here, if that's what you want. Or if you want washer and dryer, this space is prepped for it. All right, let's take a look at the outside of the Eddie Bauer Signature 3000 BH, starting right up front with the painted front cap. Love the LED light inlaid in here as well. And the black kind of gives that illusion of a window without having any chance of a leak. Dropping down, you get the Kurt Rotaflex Kingpin, which has this pivoting head right here, which kind of helps stop that bucking and chucking sensation when you're starting and stopping your tow vehicle. So that way it's just a little smoother tow experience overall. Dropping down inside here, you'll see how you kind of have all of your wire management. There are 2 battery disconnects. This one right here is going to be for the battery itself to cut anything off from coming into the coach. And the one next to that is going to be a cutoff for your solar. You'll also see right down here, you have auto level. So just touch of a button and the coach will level itself out. That way you can get to camping a little bit quicker. 130-pound propane tank on this side. The other one will be on the other side. Getting into our garage storage, magnetic catch, which actually magnetic catch is on the front too, which is really nice. But coming into the garage storage itself, you'll see that everything is pretty finished off. They did a decent job of having all of your plumbing running horizontally up top, kind of in between the floor joists here, rather than having, like vertical plumbing and stuff coming down. So props to them there. Right over to this side, as we talked about, you have your solar charge controller right there. You can see lights. You will also notice that you have tire pressure monitoring. Tire pressure monitoring prep. So if you want that, you can have that added nice and easily. Something else that I like that they have done is right out here, and that is give you awning control as well as control for your lights. So if you want to turn your lights on, you can do that from right out here. So that way, if you're in a tighter campsite, it just really gives you a little bit greater visibility. You'll also see that you have the more ride step above step system, aluminum treads on there, so they're not going to rust. The first one's nice and big. You also have the grip tape to aid a little bit in the event that it's wet. And then you get the safety rail. This is going to be an upgraded handrail. The thing I like about this one is from the very first step, it gives you control. You don't have to lean over and grab like your standard foldable handrail. So I really do like this system. You also see that there is a window in the door, so it lets in some natural light there. It also lets you see if someone is coming up to the door. And if you want some added entertainment, you will see the TV hookup out here, with the appropriate connections. So that way you can have the TV, and of course that will be underneath the power awning. When it comes to construction, one thing I think that is really, really important to notice here is that the Eddie Bauer does have Asdel composite. And what that is behind this fiberglass skin, rather than using Luan, which is a wood substrate, they use the Asdel composite. That's going to do a few things. It'll make the coach lighter overall. It's not going to have the off-gassing that a lot of times you get with the Luan. It's also not going to absorb moisture. So that's going to basically completely eliminate the chance of getting like the bubble, the delamination. So that is a huge, huge feature on here. You know, being lighter weight is always a good thing as well. Taking a few steps back, we can see that this one does have an outside fridge. Love an outside fridge. It's probably my favorite part of like an outside kitchen. Just nice, easy beverage consumption there. You can also see some JBL speakers. Again, that's going to be tied to that unit we saw inside, but as I mentioned, it has 2 speaker zones, one inside and then one here outside. There's also a propane quick connect down underneath. So if you do have like a Blackstone griddle or something that you want to plug in, by all means, you can certainly do that as well and be cooking out here. Now, the garage storage up front is pretty good, but you can never have too much storage. And so right back here, you get even more storage. And I absolutely love this. You know, like I said, because you kind of have the fridge off to the side there, it opens this space up where this would normally be an outside kitchen in a lot of bunk model floor plans. I personally really, really enjoy that storage. Coming around to the back, we'll see a few things. One's going to be the 50 amp detachable power cord there. Dropping down, you will see the receiver. This is capable of having 300 pounds. So if you have like a bike rack or something you want to slide in there, that is something you can do. Taking a look up top, you will see backup camera that comes with this one. So you have that visibility when backing up. And it's also prepped for the on-the-go ladder. It's essentially going to be a telescoping ladder you can put up there so you can climb up on the fully walkable roof, which I do recommend doing probably once or twice a year. And then as we kind of come over to the utility side here toward the front, a couple things I want to touch on. You will see your tankless water heater will be located right here. Just bear in mind, if you do winterize this one, you'll want to make sure that you run antifreeze through that water heater. That's something that's going to be a big difference on the tankless versus standard. Dropping down, we can see the termination with both our black and gray tank valves. There is a second gray tank termination toward the back on this one, so bear that in mind as well when you are dumping your tanks. Then kind of getting back into our garage storage here, a few quick things. One will be we talked about how this one had auto level. The control for that will be right up here. You also have the instructions in case you want to know how to operate that. And if you want to go into even more depth, we do have a great video on our Camping World Tutorials channel. Feel free to check that out and it'll walk you through step by step. You can also see right over here is going to be the wet bay, and this will help not just fill your fresh tank, but as well you have your city water connection there, and it will also help with winterization. Again, folks, if you are interested in this amazing family fifth wheel and you want to know how much it is and where to find it, just click on that link in the description. Thanks for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and until next time, we'll see you.